Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome. Thank you for being here. This is going to be a general read from what I'm dealing with. Of course, everything may not resonate, so take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, please check out my wife's channel at Balthany3 Tarot. She's review as well. Thank you. All right, let's see what's going on. Huh. I've seen that before. Energetically speaking, I think that was for Gemini, I believe, within the last week or week and a half about the energy of double crossing someone. What does it mean to double cross someone? I'm not saying they might double cross you, Sagittarius. It's just there's, the cross, the typical X, and then there's the double, the kind of like the XX. Um, let's see where this goes. Tower. Okay. Interestingly enough, if you look at the Five of Swords on top of the deck, that's kind of an example of it. Except it's kind of more like, well, can't do it. I can't do it. It is what it is. Kind of looks like that. But jumping into this, yeah.
Sure I wasn't taking yours.
No. Thank you, though.
You want more water?
I'm okay. Thank you. I love you. They're saying they're waiting on you, Sagittarius. Waiting on you. I don't know if they have like a watch or they check their watch or the timing, but waiting on you. Interestingly enough, waiting. There's the lovers. Waiting. And I like this deck specifically because of how it portrays the imagery of the lovers. On one side, as you can see, the one in red is about love. The one on the other side, green, is about lust. There's a difference. One is all covered up. One is kind of just, well, revealing themselves. A matter between lust and love. Some might say a matter between love and facts, or logic and emotions, but this deck is a little different. Waiting on you, Sagittarius, and they're definitely utilizing their time to consider, like, what are the two of you to each other? What are the two of you? What I don't understand is why they present exactly that. The energy they bring to the situation, the energy you bring to the situation are complete opposites. So it is a little bit of like love and lust. I think that's a song, caught someplace or caught somewhere between love and lust. I forget what song it is. It's an older one. Kind of like identifying what you are to each other and what's really going on. When it comes to energy, I'll just kind of say and leave it at that. What I don't understand though is why is there a situation where they're trying to kind of energetically play this cool as if they're indifferent and they're not affected by this, but then very quickly it kind of escalates into that Three of Swords energy of like, well, damn, and it's very interesting. The mix of energies, is very interesting to me. When it comes to love and lust, you think of usually, the typical energies of like fire for lust and passion and temptation. And then love, you think of, water, liquids. Um, do they mix? Does fire and water mix? If the fire is hot enough, it could burn up the liquid. But if the liquid, let's just say volume wise, outdoes the fire, the liquid can just put out that fire very instantly. I don't know why it's not even a typical situation of eat your heart out, although I have seen that before. No, this is a situation of you're thirsty. You're very thirsty. I kind of feel like with that Three of Swords, they might even be salty, extra salty. I don't know what that's about. With that tower taking place, I feel like it. Yeah, they might be salty. They're so thirsty, they're salty. It's like, cottonmouth. I don't know what that's about. That's interesting. Opposites do attract. Yes, Crosswatcher, they do attract. The problem is if you're opposites, the whole typical, I just said that to Aries, like attracts like. But what happens when opposites attract? It's no different than, for example, it's no different than a narcissist attracting an empath. Why? Because there's some sort of underlying energetic vibration or frequency that is attracting them to each other somehow, some way that they may not be aware of. Sagittarius, point blank, they chose lust. Point blank. With you. They chose lust, so they're lusting after you or lusting for you. It is what it is. What I don't understand is like why do they seem to have a difficulty with that fact? Like it's just what they're kind of emphasizing. It's like it might just be strictly physical or what's I call physicality. It's just kind of like it's only kind of surface level, surface deep. Weird though. I don't know why that I don't know why they're kind of putting that emphasis on you as if that's like your fault or your problem or like what's the term? Yeah, there you are. Speaking of, I just said, like I said, Aries energy. I don't know why they're kind of showing up slightly insecure today, but it is what it is. Weird. They choose lust, but they're a little bit bashful. Okay. Rosy cheeks. Five of Swords sideways. They don't like that. Okay, so bashful and lashing out, and all of a sudden, weird. What is that then? What is that tower all about? They're using lust to fill the void. Interesting. Okay, so they're filling that hole within themselves with lust because they can't seem to fill that hole within themselves with love. It is what it is, Crosswatcher. Since you want to kind of show me what you're showing me, it is what it is. They're filling that hole, Sagittarius. They're filling that hole with lust, not love. There you are, Sagittarius. If you don't, well, here we go. Here's the Seven of Cups right before you. So clearly it's like, emotionally speaking, like I said, emotions wear. it kind of shows up a little bit selfish and greedy, kind of just looking out for number one, kind of like instant gratification or self gratification, however you'd like to see this. Like I said, Crosswatch, I don't know why you show me what you show me. It is what it is, right? You say no shame in your game, but at the same time, you're also insecure and bashful about it. They're like, what the fuck? Wamp, wamp. What to do about Sagittarius? I don't know. What are you going to do about Sagittarius? They're like, how the fuck is this snowballing like this? Weird. That is a weird energy. I don't understand that. Like, why is there... I don't understand that. Okay, go for it then. I mean, like, what's... I don't understand that. You're spinning in circles and lashing out because you don't know what else to do. So, I don't know. Okay. Let's math today. Let's explain this. You choose lust yourself, Crosswatcher. You choose lust. You choose instant gratification with yourself over here. But then at the same time, you're like, I don't understand that. Wait, not you, Sagittarius. Apparently, Sagittarius never showed. It's like that. What's that older movie, Euro Trip, where they're at the red light district in Amsterdam. He's like, I watched a porno once. The women never came. It was just a bunch of dudes the whole time. And so he's like rocking back and forth, like trying to soothe himself, because it was like he didn't understand or realize, like, well, what he had got himself into. So it's like he ended up, by the time he realized that there were no females in this video he was hoping for, he ended up watching something he didn't plan for. Kind of scarred him and messed him up a little bit. What I don't understand, though, Crosswatcher, is why you show me this insecurity about, like, like it's just fucking with your ego, your pride, and your persona. And it's like, I don't understand that. What, if Sagittarius left you hanging? Sagittarius left you with your, what in your hand? Like, this is crazy. This is like, oh, I'm going to fucking make a scene. And it's like, you already are. Why would you just make matters worse for yourself? Weird. So fucking weird. They're like, 8 of Cups. I don't give a fuck. Crazy. Okay, so thanks. Whatever is or has or was or whatever. You energetically, emotionally, you just kind of make my point for me. By the way, there's the Wheel of Fortune after that. So emotionally speaking, you probably should, kick rocks. You made the point for me of, yeah, actually, with me and Sagittarius, I actually don't give a shit. Thank you. So you agree with me, Crosswatcher. Bye.